Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Daily Word. Today is Tuesday, April 12th. Glad you could join me for our few minutes together for our Daily Word and our ongoing conversation about Scripture and what it means for us and how it informs our daily living. We are in Holy Week, of course, and so we are in the midst of all the conversations around Holy Week and what it means for us and how it affects our lives. And this journey to the cross and to Resurrection Sunday. And so the stories, all the encounters that Jesus has while in Jerusalem, all the stories, all the conversations become richer and deeper. They're just a reminder of all that went on during that Holy Week that we remember so well. Even stories that we know by heart that we think, when we look deeper and search deeper in them, we find the deeper meaning hidden behind them. So our scripture for this morning is from the 12th chapter of the Gospel of John, verses 35 through 36, and I'm taking it again from my Lenten devotional called The Long Haul. Jesus said to them, "The light is with you for a little longer. Walk while you have the light, so that the shadows may not overtake you. While you have the light, believe in the light, so that you may become children of light." So it's interesting that Jesus gives this conversation, these powerful words, to those who would listen. The light is with you for a little longer. Walk while you have the light, so that the shadows may not overtake you. So, we rely on, in our lives, we rely on electricity in many powerful ways, right? Electricity to see, to turn on our lights, electricity for all of our appliances. We rely on electricity, for traffic lights, and, well, the list goes on, right? We are so connected to electricity and to the wires that are above us that run through them. But all it takes is one tree or one squirrel in a substation or one mouse to wreck an entire block or city even. It doesn't take much for the loss of electricity to wreak havoc in a neighborhood or in the world. When the power goes out at my house or at your house, we lose all the creature comforts, right? Light and heat and refrigeration and water and cooking capacity. When the power goes out, we just, depending on when it happens, we just sit in our chair or we go to bed. For me, I have an electric chair. So if the power's out, I can't even recline my chair. We lose all those comforts when the loss of electricity from one small thing, as small as a mouse or a squirrel in a substation, or one branch, wreaks havoc for us. We, too, as Jesus reminds us, we are connected to God, to Jesus, through this light that we're given. And the light is what's inside of us. The light's part of our heart. The light is part of our human condition. Jesus is trying to prepare the disciples for the cross, for the crucifixion. And he's searching for something that could maybe cushion the blow for them. And he reminds them that the light, him, his presence in their lives, sustains them. It gives them hope. It helps guide them along their path. The light, he says to them, is only with you a little while longer. But as long as you live, as long as you're in me, Jesus says, you have the light and its radiance to fulfill you. And so we too, should let our lives be so fully formed by the light that even when the power goes out, havoc doesn't flow through us. that we're reminded that we have the power and the love and the light of God shining in us and through us and around us. So here we are, Tuesday of Holy Week, preparing for Maundy Thursday. We're going to be downstairs. We're going to gather for a meal. Hope you all come. Come and share in the meal and in the conversation. We're going to have worship around the tables. We're going to share in the bread and the cup. We're going to be reminded of God's presence. At the end of the night, in the sanctuary, when we're done, we're going to hear the crucifixion story. We're going to blow out the Christ candle. The light, for a couple of days, is going to be out. But we'll be reminded that even though the light's out, the candle's blown out, we have the light of God in us. We have the light. We should believe in the light. And Jesus says in the scripture, become children of light. So I hope that for us in this season of Lent, but in all of our lives, that the light would shine through us, that others would see it and come to know what we know about the love of Christ that's so richly and deeply embedded in us. So, I pray that this is a good word for you and I today as we journey through life, as we make our way along this path in this Holy Week, to be reminded that whatever happens to the light, if power goes out, what's in us, the light of Christ, doesn't allow havoc to just run through us. So hold on to that. Know of that light that shines in you and that shines in me. Mark your calendar, plan to be with us on Thursday night. We're going to have a great meal and a great worship time together. Know of God's love that surrounds you so deeply. Know of God's light that lives in you and gives you light in your life. And know of my love for all of you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Have a great day.